Hi guys, my name is Lillian Soto. Behind me will be Shay Raquez. Today we'll be discussing Operation Startup. Most startups fail because there is not a clear, concise message from the seller as far as what the products or services are. So the client then does not understand and won't buy. So when you sit to figure out what your business will do, also research the market and make realistic sales estimates, keeping in mind you are just beginning and will not make as much as your competition. Once you have done that, then your next task is to find out how you will fund your business. Sorry, the word is fund. There are many ways to fund your projects. Most states offer grants and pools of investors, so having a good, concise business plan is a must. I will cover business plans in a separate class. Today, I will be focusing on an overview of the steps needed to begin a business, which are many. Research and plan, I cut it into two separate slides because there's actually a lot of stuff that you need to cover, a lot of tables you need to cover. You should know what your 5 year cash flow is. You should know what your expenses are. And on here, I've given you samples of what it should look like. So I actually expect you guys to take the time, read them out. You should be able to answer all of these questions if you are beginning a business. You should have already done as much research that you should be able to answer all these questions before we begin the next step in the project, which would be to find you funding for said project.
Once you have a vision of what you want your business to be, get a consultant to help you get any license certifications and insurance. They should also advise on an accountant and how to document any expenses and balance your book so that you do not lose any money. Most consultants offer different areas of expertise. For instance, we help our clientele with things such as branding, marketing, etc. In the description, we will see a link to my website so you could get a better idea. Location is key. If you have a mobile office or a home office, always remember to have some way to save all your files and receive having to do with the business for easy access. The last thing you want is to be unprepared for an audit. If you must store products, insure your products. Things happen. Ensure you have exits and plans. You should things go. Ensure you things go back.
Now, the reason why you, the consumer of this service, should do this is because the state of New York explains what this is in detail. And who better than you to decide what will rule, what your company will be? You can ask the advice of a professional once you have narrowed down your choices so the final decision is easier. But essentially, this should be your decision. When beginning with your company structure, you should be realistic on what you can produce or how many services you can actually finish and expand every 3 years where you reinvent yourself as a business. But we will get into that in another class further down. In this portion of your startup phase, we will discuss some very important things you need, like an EIN, registering your legal name to the state registry for local taxes. If not, you are not legally doing business. Next comes an accountant. While all this is going on, I hope you are doing business so that you can acquire funds for this projected plan that will essentially give you financial freedom. Honestly, you are here because you have realized the only way to live comfortably is to make your own money, and within the first 5 years, hopefully, you are smart enough to invest, and like anything else, baby steps are key. A good plan that has accounted for any hazards along the way. Hire employees. Now, if your business does not produce a product for the first 5 years, you can do most of the footwork yourselves. Once your business is underway, freelance most of the work out. After that, and you are in business for 5 years or more, you can hire on a more permanent basis.